What's up, everyone? I'm here in Toronto for the first time at Billy Bishop Toronto City Airport, and I'm gonna make my way over to Midtown Toronto via public transportation. But I can't do it alone. I've got a guest with me. Actually, it's his hometown.
What's up, everyone? I'll be guiding ActionKid into Midtown. I think we're going to Yonge and St. Clair. That's where
Yes.
your Airbnb is.
That's right.
So welcome to Toronto, the Great White
know.
North.
I woke up at 5 a.m. today just to get the flight to come here. The travel time to get to the airport was even longer than the flight itself.
So we've got two options to get off the island. We could go underneath through the tunnel, which I think is about 400 meters, and it's pretty far down. It's cool. Or we could take the world's shortest ferry and just hop across that little bay there, or whatever you call it.
Okay.
So you want to take the ferry?
Let's take the ferry.
All right, let's go.
You gotta take the elevator.
I feel like a jerk. Here, let me carry your luggage till we get up there.
Okay. You don't have to.
Well, you're carrying a gimbal, you've got a backpack, just until we get to the ferry.
Okay. I like this airport. It's very small and you can see everything. It's really impossible to get lost here.
And you're literally downtown. Like, if you're not downtown, you're a stone's throw from downtown, so it's pretty cool. And you're flying out of Pearson
Yes.
on the way, so you get to see both airports, which is kind of cool.
But it must take a lot longer to get downtown from Pearson.
Yep. You can do it through transit. You've got two routes. You could take the Union Pearson Express train, which is like a diesel train that runs from Union Station. Or you could take the subway out to Kipling and then the airport rocket bus. I recommend just taking the Union Pearson Express, even though you'll be coming from Midtown.
Have you ever taken this ferry before?
Nope. I always take the tunnel, but you get a pretty neat view here.
Oh, it's an amazing view.
And there's like a giant cruise ship over there.
Oh, I see that.
So everything pretty much to the right of the CN Tower is the South Core. And right behind the CN Tower is the financial district. And then this is City Place on the left, all those glass towers. Those Vancouver-style condos. And they've got the Skydome roof open today. The Jays are playing the Red Sox.
Oh, cool.
So that's a sign that the weather is good.
Let's see if taking this ferry is worth it or not. How long did it take you to walk the tunnel?
A couple of minutes.
Okay.
They have those moving walkways, so it's not that bad.
Oh, that makes it so much easier. I heard that cars can use this ferry, so maybe there is a point for it.
Do not enter. Ferry offloading
Ferry
only.
off.
Ferry
Ferry
operations are suspended. Please use the pedestrian tunnel, which can be accessed by the elevators located along the walkway leading back to the terminal. I saw them using the ferry.
Maybe it's just this level.
Well, it says suspended here.
Well,
And you know what? When I saw a ferry crossing, I didn't see anyone on it.
well, I guess we'll never know what the ferry's like.
I say we just head down. Off to a good start.
And you're saying that there was a streetcar that wasn't working either, right?
Well, there's a lot of streetcars that aren't working right now, but the 509, which is what we would take, is not running. But we could, if you really want to take a streetcar versus the replacement bus, we could walk over to Spadina and Queensquay, and we could take the Spadina streetcar.
I think we should, because how am I going to put no luggage on this bus? It's so cramped.
Yes, how will you put the luggage on the bus?
Yeah.
I'm implying something there.
Wait, Porter Administration. Where are we? Wait, we can walk outside here and go back in the airport.
I think we're okay.
I don't think that's where we go.
It says airport access this way.
Oh. Okay.
You sure you don't want to restart filming this one?
I think we're good.
Oh, we might get a nice view out here.
Getting lost in Toronto with Johnny strides.
You can see where people just park their bikes.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I wonder if you can get on the ferry. Well, the sign said service is suspended. So I'm guessing we want to head down to the tunnel.
Let's just take the pedestrian tunnel.
There's a helicopter landing. Yeah, that worked.
Good thing I have a public transit expert with me today because the ferry's not working, the streetcar's not working.
I'm certainly not a island airport expert.
I hope the Pearson trains are working, going to downtown and everything.
Did you say the
Thank you.
subways aren't working?
No, it was the 509 streetcar, was it?
There's a replacement bus though, it's not.
Yeah.
It's his first time in Toronto.
Oh,
A New Yorker visits Toronto.
Yeah,
it looks so much like New York now coming in Porter.
it does. I see like all the videos and pictures. I'm like, wow.
Well, they call it the Manhattanization of Toronto, right?
Yeah.
There's even so many neighborhoods that are named exactly like New York.
But you put your
Chinatown,
directional in the
Italy.
front of the street name, right? You'll be like West 53rd Street,
That's
whereas
right.
we're like Queen Street
Yeah.
West.
Or Dundas Street West. Yeah.
All right, well, looks
All
like we're
right.
taking the tunnel. Check out that sign.
Crossing international borders with cannabis is illegal.
So these are the escalators. There's 2 escalators we would have to have taken up. They're pretty
Oh,
big.
I see. Wow. And the moving walkways aren't working either. So, what else isn't working here, Johnny?
We got 2 seasons here, winter and construction. Although this airport's pretty small, it only serves about 3 million people during a non-pandemic year. Whereas I think in 2019, Pearson had like 51 million passengers.
Uh-huh.
But there's talk of expanding the runway here to allow jets to fly out of it.
This tunnel's pretty cool.
Just keep moving.
Johnny's struggling with my bag right now.
I'm not struggling.
I liked my experience with Porter Airlines though. They were very efficient, left on time. Actually, we arrived early.
They used to, I think in Newark, have like a free lounge where they gave out free snacks and coffee. But they took that away at some point.
Yeah, they don't have that anymore. Porter only flies out of Newark, not JFK or LaGuardia.
It's probably a lot cheaper.
Moving walkway time.
And right around the corner from where the airport is on the islands is where Babe Ruth hit his first ever professional home run.
Oh, interesting.
For someone who made their career in New York. There's an interesting fact. There's also a nude beach right there.
Oh, wow.
I don't think you'll have much luck in October.
So this tunnel, is it recently opened?
I don't know the exact date. I want to say like 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay.
Porter's been flying out of this airport since 2006. Sorry, I didn't do my full homework on when the
More elevators. At least it comes right away.
There's like a million elevators. She'll be okay.
Yeah. All right, now I'm on the mainland of Toronto. Not stuck on an island. Now, what are all these people waiting for? I guess car services?
Yep. I think you can see the ferry right here, actually. Yeah, it's pulling in empty.
Yeah, but there's no one on it.
There, I believe I've read that that's the world's shortest ferry ride.
Right there.
All right, so you have two options. We could go along the waterfront here, or we could go to Queens Quay that way and head over.
Let's
It's
go
up to
to
you.
Queens Quay.
All right. Of course, the New Yorker would want the more urban route.
It looks kind of cramped there by the waterfront, so.
It's nice. There's not a lot of people that way. There's also a shuttle that runs between here and Union Station that's complimentary.
Yeah, Porter was saying that on the plane. Complimentary shuttle that runs every 15 minutes. So what's this part of Toronto called? Waterfront? Or is it
Yeah.
any specific name of it?
Well, just north of here is Old Fort York, like the big battlefield. But this is really the southwest corner of downtown, like right at Bathurst and the lake. So everything to our left is not downtown,
Okay.
and everything to our right is. I'm not sure of the actual neighborhood name. That's Little Norway Park on the left. And this is Queens Quay coming up. That's sort of the main street that runs parallel to the waterfront. And normally there would be a streetcar running on it, but today there was not. It was
I
just
see.
a replacement bus. But I think at Spadina the streetcars are running, so that's only like 5 minutes walking in one direction. So we could catch one of those streetcars.
I guess the name of this place is Port Toronto.
I think that's the branch of the government that oversees the island airport.
Uh-huh.
How's the weather compared to New York? About the same right now?
It's about the same right now, actually. It feels warmer here than New York. But I packed a lot of warm clothes just in case something
You packed
happens.
a lot of everything, it looks like.
Yeah.
I went to the Netherlands. I had a tiny backpack and a small carry-on. You've got a lot of gear with you.
Well, there's the complimentary shuttle service, which is actually a bus.
So here's where you would normally grab the streetcar. But I think we can ask this guy here. There's a few employees here. Whenever there's like a disruption in service, they often have these guys with red information vests on them
I see.
to assist all the lost tourists.
Yeah, like me, I would be so confused right now. Temporary boarding 509.
That's why all the people are waiting here instead of the island. Hi, the Spadina streetcar is still running, right?
No, the streetcar isn't working. Oh, the Spadina
If
one
we
is
walk
working.
to Spadina,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can catch it.
it is,
Okay,
it is.
thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me. No.
All
It's
right,
a
we
bit
have to
tight
go to
because that area
Spadina.
is now a bus stop as well instead of just a sidewalk. Because normally the people waiting would be on that island in the middle.
I see. And there's the tallest structure in Canada, CN Tower.
North America.
North America too.
They call it, it used to be the world's tallest freestanding structure. And then the Burj Dubai, which became the Burj Khalifa, went up. So this on the left is a multi-use trail. So
So
it's,
for jogging and cycling.
yeah, I think it's pretty stupid. It really should be a bike lane because there's plenty of room for foot traffic on the right. That's one of my pet peeves. We've got these multi-use trails. They should be bike paths.
Well, there's the 509 bus over there. At this point, we might even be able to walk to Union Station faster than the Spadina streetcar.
It would be, at this pace, probably about 25, 30 minutes.
Uh-huh.
So if we took the waterfront, we would have came down this way.
Oh, I see.
When I had those two, or gave you those two options. Oh, look at that crane. So good.
It sure smells around here from the water.
I didn't even notice. Yeah, it's got kind of a seaweedy smell to it.
It does, yeah. So the view from the CN Tower isn't as good as it used to be, huh?
It is. I haven't been up there in a while. It's different. I used to work in First Canadian Place, which is still the tallest building in the country, and I thought the view from up there was a little better, just because you're in the middle of the financial district, whereas the CN Tower is removed from it a bit.
I see.
It's just a different perspective. But you used to be able to see all the financial district skyscrapers around the CN Tower now, and all these condos have sprouted up blocking that view.
Oh no. I guess it doesn't matter if I go up to the CN Tower on a weekend or a weekday.
I would go when it's the least busiest, and you want to pick a clear day, not like an
That's
overcast
right.
or a hazy day. If it's clear, you should be able to see all the way to Niagara Falls.
I got a great view of Lake Ontario on the plane there. I didn't realize it was that large. Whoa. That's a black squirrel.
Is that rare?
No, not really.
There's a little park on the right called the Music Gardens, and they have a little amphitheater in there. It says no motorized e-bikes on trail. What that means is the throttle only e-bikes. If it's the kind you have to pedal, they're
I
okay.
see. This streetcar seems kind of far from
The one we're walking to?
509, yeah.
It's at Spadina. It's the next major block that we're walking towards.
I'm surprised not more of the leaves here are turning colors.
Oh, that's happening in New York now?
Not really. I think they're saying that the peak fall foliage is going to happen like around October 16th or so in New York. So I would assume here it'll be earlier.
I'll probably miss it. I'll be away then. At a country to be named later. I've been trying to keep this trip of yours a secret.
Got to find out where Johnny is going next on his channel.
Yep, I'm thinking I'm going to go live. There's a Spadina streetcar, so we'll catch
there
the one
it is.
after that. You had your heart set on a streetcar, so
Yeah, we have to ride it.
that one is coming down from Chinatown.
So I guess this video is a good example of what you might expect when you land at Billy Bishop Airport. The ferry is not working, the moving walkway is not working. You gotta walk to a different streetcar.
Well, you could take the replacement bus,
Or the complimentary shuttle from Porter.
or a Lyft or Uber or cab. You probably won't have someone to schlep your bags for you.
I'm giving Johnny a good tip from carrying my bags later on.
While you record this on my gimbal. Oh, here's another streetcar.
Is that the same one?
Well, that first one is short. It looks like this one's out of service.
Oh, it says not in service.
There's so many streetcar diversions going on right now, and streetcars being rerouted. Like, don't even bother with the 506 Carlton streetcar.
Okay.
That one's a mess. Dundas is okay. Queen going west is not okay. I don't think King goes all the way west.
Wow. I just noticed over here they labeled it Lower Spadina Avenue.
Yeah, below, usually it's below Front Street, where it's lower. Then above Front Street, it's just Spadina. You'll
That's
also
the first time I've seen that.
You'll see that with Jarvis and Sherburne as well. But Young is just Young. They don't call it
Yeah,
Lower
Young is Young, and
Simcoe is another one, Lower
the
Simcoe.
east and west is self-explanatory.
This is the Spadina Wave Deck. They've got a number of these along the waterfront. It looks like there's a good crowd waiting for the streetcar.
We have to wait for the cyclists. Almost saw that on camera.
It's one of my big pet peeves when I ride through here. Well, if you want to view near the back of the streetcar, you probably want to wait on this end.
Okay.
But if those seats are occupied, then
Well, we have to talk about the payment method for the streetcars and the public transit here.
yeah, we switched to a system called Presto, which is like a smart payment fare system made just for exclusively for the province of Ontario, rather than I guess repurpose an existing system. They decided to build their own from scratch, and it's had all
Okay.
sorts of headaches. But it's finally working. It works in most cities, I think. You can use it in Ottawa. When I went there, I used it. yeah, I loaded you up a card. You've got about $14 on it. It'll cost $3.20 for a trip, and then when you tap on, you have 2 hours. So often when I'm recording a video, I'll tap on at Yonge and Eglinton, and then I'll note the time, and then I try to finish my video and get back on the transit before those 2 hours are up, or then I pay another fare.
Well, that's neat.
So I don't know when exactly.
Yeah, I have a Presto car too.
And there's an app called Rocket Man, so I can look up and see.
And I heard these streetcars, they're based on an honor system. So if you don't pay and you get unlucky and a fare inspector comes on,
Yep.
you have to pay a hefty fine.
Okay, it says 509 East 1 minute. That would be the. The guy's just on his Bluetooth speaker. Yeah, so the replacement bus is coming here pretty soon. I imagine a lot of these people might be going on the replacement bus. And then the 510 Spadina streetcar is 4 minutes away. So I don't know if you want to take a break in recording until it shows up.
Yeah, let's do that. So here's the streetcar, 510. Just tap here. Oh,
I jumped on to get you the best spot.
okay. Perfect. It took me a few taps to find out where the tap button was in the reader. I did it on the bottom, the top, everywhere where it said the tap. Here's the 510 streetcar going from Spadina, right?
Yep. I like to view it at the back when I'm recording from the streetcar.
Oh, it's nice.
Next stop, Bree Street.
It's pretty smooth. Something you can't really tell from your videos.
They've got the roof wide open on the sky. It was packed in front of theirs when I walked by today.
Oh, really? There's the CN Tower. So this will go right to Union Station, the last stop.
It'll take us right into Union Station.
Well, that'll be cool.
This is your first time on a streetcar?
It is. Well, Toronto streetcar. I've been a streetcar in New Orleans. So how would a fare inspector know that you paid? I guess they have a scanner for the Presto card?
They show up randomly. And sometimes they wait for you at Spadina Station, so when you get off, everyone coming off the streetcar, they check.
Next stop, Harbourfront Center.
So what's your plan for later today?
I'm planning to do a live stream down Yonge Street. Perhaps check out the Nuit Blanche, which I know is tonight. Yeah, only one day too, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I'm gonna try to get to that later.
You know, my passenger next to me on Porter, we were talking a little bit. He said, "Oh, what are you gonna see?" I said, "Oh, downtown Nuit Blanche is on today," and he didn't even know it was on today. He was actually a little bit disappointed because like, "Oh, it's gonna be so much traffic."
You might get a better view out of this side here too. You can
Oh yeah.
get the waterfall. you want to slide over to that seat?
I think it's okay. And this streetcar seems pretty good. I mean, it's dedicated right away.
Yeah, the other one is on Spadina. Well, this is the Spadina streetcar, but this is Queens Quay. There's another right away on Spadina, but most of them you're in traffic, and it's really not faster than a bus. And of course, if there's like an accident or something, they can't divert around it like a bus can.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there's pros and cons, but really they should all be dedicated right of ways. What's funny is coming up, we're going to go down into a tunnel. And for the longest time, drivers would always accidentally turn down it. There'd always be posts on Reddit of cars trying to go down the
Next
streetcar
stop,
tunnel.
Queens Quay Station, Toronto Island Ferry.
So these buildings here are all part of the South Core. And most of them are path connected. So you can walk pretty much anywhere in the financial district without stepping foot outside.
That's cool. Now, Toronto Island Ferry, is that the same island that Billy Bishop's on, or is it a different one?
Nope, the same island. There was an accident there a few months ago, so I think we're down to 2 ferries instead of 1, or instead of 3.
This waterfront path is pretty popular.
Yeah, you're gonna love this. East of downtown, it's closed due to construction. Normally, you could take it all the way to the beaches,
Okay.
but you can still do that. You can go through Cherry Beach and then the Unwind Connector, but the direct path to the beaches is severed.
And now we're underground.
That was the best view looking out.
Oh yeah.
So I think this is the only dedicated underground streetcar stop in Toronto. Queens Quay Terminal here.
Interesting.
Every other one is connected to a subway station.
And it's interesting, this streetcar is just getting more and more busy. No one's really getting off it.
Well, Union Station's kind of like the central transportation hub, so I think everything sort of feeds into Union.
Yeah.
Although personally, if I were here, it's like a 5-minute walk north. I would never use this stop. only when I'm like out to record it.
I mean, forget about the replacement bus with all my luggage. It's sort of never to fit. It barely fits in the streetcar. Hope the subway isn't busy.
Do you want to go straight on the subway, or do you want to take a quick look at Front Street and then come back down into the subway?
Union Station.
Let's go
up
straight to the
Express and
subway.
Via Rail.
All right. You'll be back at Front anyways.
Yeah. I want to show people the commute and not so much a tourist guide. This is a real life experience of what you might expect when there's all these delays.
It's not been that bad.
Yeah, it's not. Just the walk from Queens Quay over to Spadina was a little bit long.
You're actually going to record on the subway, like the ride, or are you just
Yeah.
going to get on it, stop, and then record when you get off?
We'll record the whole ride.
Okay.
And even though the Toronto subway has colors, they're referred to as lines.
Yeah, line 1, line 2.
No one says yellow or green or...
Nope.
It's interesting, as Boston refers to it by colors.
All right.
This is the last stop.
Yep. Let's let everyone get off.
Union Station.
I feel like a tourist.
No.
Make sure I have everything.
Alright, line 1 subway. This looks like it's underground though, the Union Station.
Yeah, the subway platform's right here.
It's very convenient.
There's two Line 1 platforms here, and they're both northbound. One heads north up Yonge, and then the other heads north up University. So this is kind of, it's like a horseshoe shape.
Yep. This is the part where it splits off. University line, and the other one's Yonge Street line, right?
Yep. And if we're going to St. Clair, we probably want to be near the north end, but
Okay.
it's going to be busy, I think.
Some people coming from the airport too with luggage. That sounds like the subway now.
The first Toronto subway experience.
Yep. A lot cleaner than the New York subway, that's for sure. And a lot less confusing.
Line 1, North Finch.
Here's the Toronto subway. Very clean, plush seating.
Please stand clear of the doors.
It's like luxury compared to New York City.
Here's good?
Yeah.
All right.
You know what's great? Like, we didn't even need to tap our fare card to transfer to the subway or anything. It's
Why would you?
integrated. Because normally in New York, like, there's only the bus and the subway,
Next
right? They're not
station is
integrated with each other.
King.
You have to
King Station.
pay at the turnstile again.
You also notice we have the open gangway cars, so you can walk.
That's right.
If you want to go
Open
for a walk,
gangway.
I can stay here.
Oh, here's the subway map and streetcar map.
Arriving at King.
So
King Station.
you are staying
Doors will open on the right.
right here on the 512 streetcar. Oh, that's another one that has a dedicated right away.
Oh, good.
Forgot to mention that. So you'll be staying there. I live right here at Yonge and Eglinton. Soon there'll be a new line right here. And then there'll be a new line here. And those both should be opening next year, actually.
That would be nice.
Please stand clear of the
And
doors.
we only have this like partial line here. They were supposed to build an Eglinton West subway line. So this would have been built, and this would have gone all the way to Scarborough Town Center. But the Mike Harris government killed both. And we ended up with like half a useless, it's the most useless subway line in the world.
There's only like 4 stops on it.
Yeah, they could have just built a dedicated like busway on Shepherd, and it would have been better, and it would have been way
Next station
cheaper.
is-
So,
Queen Station.
welcome to Toronto transit planning. And for a city this big, like it should be a lot more extensive than what it is. Like this is a properly big city, so our subway map's kind of embarrassing, but it's getting better.
It's doing a lot better than other North American cities.
Arriving at Queen
Please say
Station.
something.
Doors will open on the right.
It's a pretty low bar if you're comparing it to North American cities.
I mean, New York is a great subway system, but like, it's dirty, it's dark.
The one thing I didn't like about Manhattan is all the lines go in one direction. If you want to go across the island, there's like,
Yeah, there's not nothing really.
like, do you take a bus? Like, how do you do that? Do you just
take
walk?
Bus or you walk. Or you just plan to like be in one area where like you don't need
Please
to go
stand
across
clear
town.
of the doors.
Yeah, so you'll be at Yonge and St. Clair in like 20 minutes, I think.
Okay.
We're at Queen now, so you could get into the Eaton Center from this stop. The next one will be where Yonge and Dundas is, in Dundas
Next
Square. I'm sure
station
you'll be
is-
going by there.
Dundas.
I will.
Dundas Station.
So you're going to go check into your Airbnb and then live stream
Yonge Street, and then
down Yonge Street.
I'll check out Yonge and Dundas on the way. That's like Toronto's version of Times Square.
Some could say that, yeah. And Yonge Street's kind of like our version of Broadway, if you want to say that. But
Arriving at Dundas.
Isn't
Dundas
Yonge
Station.
Street like the longest street in
Doors
the
will
world?
open on the right.
there's claims to that. It's been debunked, but you'll still find that claim, yeah. And unfortunately, I won't be able to join you for that tonight. I'm going to Oktoberfest, which is at Ontario Place. So it's like a big German-style drinking event, like under a big tent. And then I'm hoping that I can record Nuit Blanche after that. And I think you're going to be out recording that.
Yeah, I'll try to get some of it.
I might be a little too intoxicated, but we'll see.
Please stand clear of the doors.
So you like the subway so far?
Yeah, I mean, it came pretty quick. We barely had to wait at all. I mean, as crowded as the platform looked, there's still a lot of space on the train. Like, New York subway
Next
can get
station
pretty
is
cramped.
College.
The trains felt a lot
College
narrower,
Station.
right?
Yeah.
But your seating arrangement's different too, isn't it? Just all the seats are flat against one
It
side?
depends on the train, really. But in Toronto, there's no such thing as express trains or local
Nope.
trains. It stops at every station.
Nope. None of that.
Arriving at College. College Station.
And only one of the
Doors
mobile
will open
carriers
on the
works
right.
in the subway.
Oh, really?
So if you're on Rogers or Bell or Telus, the big three, you can't, or any of their spin-offs, you don't have service. Only Freedom Mobile works down here.
That's so weird.
Yeah, that's the reason why I keep Freedom as my primary phone carrier. Oh, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna have myself a cherry bubbly.
Well, I'm pretty used to not having subway
Please
service
stand clear of the
underground
doors.
from being in New York.
You been to Chicago before?
I have, yeah. I've never taken their subway though, but I've been to downtown. I've checked out
Next
a
station
little bit
is
of like the
Wellesley. Wellesley
like the
Station.
waterfront area.
Have you recorded Chicago on your
No.
channel? No?
That was back in the 90s.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think we overtook Chicago in population a few years ago, and we're about to overtake them in skyscrapers. So it's kind of.
Okay.
I think your audience would enjoy some Chicago videos. Looks like an awesome city. It's the home of the skyscraper, right? Kind of.
Arriving at Wellesley. Wellesley Station.
It's the one city
Doors will open on the right.
that could probably go to toe-to-toe with New York in terms of saying they have the best American skyline.
That's right.
And they've got a great waterfront. I think I'm talking myself into a Chicago trip next year.
I think I'd like to go to Chicago again and check it out.
So this is Wellesley. The village is just to the
Please
east of here
stand
at Church
clear
and
of the
Wellesley.
doors.
Oh, so the east here?
Downtown Toronto split in two. The west, everything west of Yonge would be like the west side, and east of Yonge would be the east side. And even the street names. So when you're west of Yonge, you're on Queen Street West. When you're east of Yonge, you're on Queen Street East.
Next
So
station
Wellesley Street
is
West, Wellesley Street East,
Bloor
Bloor Street
Yonge.
West, Bloor Street
Bloor
East.
Yonge
So you'll
Station.
notice
Change
Yeah,
for line
that-
2.
The only thing is it's not like Manhattan where everything's numbered. Here you have to remember names. Like I kind of know like where stuff is,
just
but
based on
I
that.
still have to look it up. You know, no one's gonna know that Spadina is west of Yonge unless you look on a map.
Well, I think everyone should know that.
I know it now.
Arriving at Bloor Yonge.
So this is the
Bloor
busiest
Yonge
subway station in the country.
Change
It's
here
Bloor
for
Yonge.
line
Bloor
2.
Yonge.
It's got
Doors
these
will open
big,
on the
huge
right.
platforms. You could change to line
Very
2.
spacious. Look at that, almost everybody got off. Or a good amount of people got off.
Please stand clear of the doors.
Yeah, they're all changing to line 2.
Yeah. And now everyone's getting back on.
Or possibly going to Yorkville.
So what are some must-have foods that I have to get in Toronto? Tim
Must-have.
Hortons. I know Lay's
Next
ketchup
station
flavor.
is
Those are more Canadian things, but yeah,
Rosedale Station.
try Canadian Smarties are going to be
Okay.
different. Ketchup chips, dill pickle chips. Those are really good. Obviously, these are both from Quebec, but a Montreal smoked meat sandwich is really good. There's a few delis where you can get that. Poutine is really good. Toronto's more known for its like international cuisine. Like we have probably the most diverse city in the world, so literally any kind of authentic food you can get here. And I think you'll be pretty spoiled for food that way, but in terms of like what we have on our own, there's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot that is like special to
Rosedale.
Toronto.
Rosedale Station. Doors will open on the right.
So 2 more stops for St. Clair.
Yep.
And I'll be taking my luggage from Johnny, I guess, or
I hope you are. I'll be going home, editing a video I just made, walking to meet you, uploading it, and then I got to turn around and go out to
Stand clear of the
Oktoberfest.
doors.
I think you'll have enough time.
I hope so. It's going to be a busy ass day. Let me see. We're going to meet my friend in King West. So I'll be basically turning around and jumping back on the subway. Or I might just take my e-bike there and leave it in his
Yeah,
backyard.
that'll be probably better.
Then I got to deal with helmet hair.
Next station is Summerhill. Summerhill Station.
Look how busy this subway got, everyone. It's like there's seats, but like it's hard to get seats now.
At the end of each car, we do have the blue seats that you're supposed to give up if there's a senior or someone who's pregnant or injured, that sort of thing. So we do have
Summerhill. Summerhill
those seats, and
Station.
generally it's just
Doors
good
will
etiquette to
open on the
offer your
right.
seat if you see someone standing who you think probably needs it more than you, right? So
Yeah. Actually, I think we do need to get off at St. Clair.
we do.
Yeah, both of us do, and we'll end the video.
Yep. I still got to.
Johnny's got to catch the next subway going north. One stop.
And then I got to give you a SIM card so you
Please
can
stand
live
clear
stream.
of the doors.
Yeah.
We'll do that after the video. And so when's your check-in time? 3 p.m.
4, I think.
4. Oh,
Actually, I'm not sure if it's 3 or 4. I didn't look.
so you're just gonna hang out in like a Tim Hortons?
Next
Yeah.
station is St. Clair. St. Clair
I'll
Station.
probably do Tim Hortons and another place like nearby just to get something to eat.
Well, there's a fair bit at Yonge and St. Clair. You'll find something. If you want a hamburger, there's an amazing hamburger there called Holy Chuck, right at that intersection. If you're feeling hungry,
All right.
there's a Popeyes. I would go to Holy Chuck if I were you.
Okay.
That would be my recommendation.
Holy chunk.
Holy Chuck.
Holy chuck. Okay.
Chunk? What kind of... Let's see. 214. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that video edited and uploaded in like an hour. I think I can do that.
Yeah, you can do it. I mean, as long as you start the upload time, you'll be fine.
I think you started the whole daily upload trend.
St. Clair. St. Clair Station.
Okay,
Doors will open on
here's
the
our
right.
stop.
This is us.
We're in another section of Toronto called Midtown now.
Landlord, don't finish. Please stand clear.
Struggling with your stuff a bit. There we go. So if you wanted to catch the streetcar, you go that way to the streetcar platform.
Okay.
But we're gonna head up here.
No elevator here, huh?
I think the elevator access is on the other side. Not all of the stations here are wheelchair accessible. And only a few of them have washrooms. I think there's like 8 subway stations in the whole city that have washrooms, which kind of sucks. There's a Canadian word for you, washroom.
Washroom. Okay.
I'll teach you a little trick. When you're walking out of these gates,
Yeah.
it takes a while. The sensor just stops. So see this little black bar there?
Uh-huh.
When you're walking, kick your foot out and it'll open the gate. And then you don't have to stop walking. Try it without doing that.
Yeah, let's see what it looks like.
See how
Yeah,
it stops?
It takes a while.
So I call it the presto kick, where you just like gently kick your leg out and the gates will open.
That's a lie automatic door. So this
guess-
is the one of the many malls in Toronto.
I wouldn't call it a mall. This is more like the basement of an office building.
Okay.
There's a cafe.
Oh, we're in a basement.
There's a big grocery store right here, which will be handy for you. And I've lugged your luggage all the way up here.
I know. Johnny's gonna need a meal on me later.
Yeah, so that's the Loblaws. So when you need to pick
wow,
up
that's
groceries
convenient.
and supplies, that'll be pretty close to your Airbnb.
That's the largest grocery chain in Toronto, right? Loblaws.
Yeah, they have another brand called No Frills, which is like their more affordable version.
Okay.
And the Tim Hortons is right around the corner. It says use revolving doors, but all right, welcome to Yonge and St. Clair.
All right. Well, that was a pretty quick trip, despite the issues we faced, like the streetcar not running, the ferry not running. But yeah, hope that gives you a good idea of a commute and the first time visit to Toronto if you ever decide to live in or stay in the Midtown area. But I want to thank Johnny Strides here for showing me around.
You're welcome. I'll collect my tip after the video.
Yep.
I'm already gonna take the luggage off.
And,
I was gonna say I'll have a video probably by the time you see this of making my way to meet ActionKid on my channel.
Okay. Well, check out Johnny Strides' channel. He's an awesome YouTuber, does the walks around Toronto, explores the city. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, and see you next time.
All right.
Bye.